the Australian Open final as well, again with the British player Reed. So he has been playing the bigger matches when he has taken to the court. But only 6 matches in total coming into the Paralympic Games. But here he is, another chance to win yet another medal at the Paralympics.
Well, this venue has been really, really well supported throughout the wheelchair tennis. And those who come along have been rewarded with some of the very finest, as people were saying. He was in conversation with the great Peter Norfolk, one of the great wheelchair tennis players, a quad player who medalled and has now retired, but is here watching and has the highest regard for what he's seen here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, he was just saying it's the best tennis he's watched in years. He said of it possibly ever. And as I say, I mean, the fact that you've got someone like KUNIEDA, I mean, okay, he's had an injury-plagued season, but he's still pretty young. He's 32.
Yeah.
And yet he's been outplayed in the singles. He got beaten by Gerard in the singles in the quarterfinals, and you know, they've been knocked out of the doubles as well, which just shows that, as you've mentioned a few times, that the sport is moving on to maybe some younger players. We're seeing a bit more dynamism on the court. And, I mean, it's just been a brilliant tournament, and we're coming to the conclusion, sadly. I'm almost upset that it's going to end, but, but of course we've got still tomorrow with the men's singles final, and today a couple more gold medals will be handed out for the women's singles after this one, and then the men's doubles final as well, which there's plenty of British interest there. Takuya and Reed, of course, have been the stars of the sport. They'll be in the men's singles final, and will be in the doubles final as well, taking on the French pair Uday and Pifa.
These players tour the world playing part of the World Tour. The Grand Slams, of course, the Masters at the end of the year, and in between times, fit from one end of the world to the other, playing over the world. And there are about 160 tournaments through a year, falling under the ITF banner. It has become a fully-fledged professional tour.
And it's one of those sports as well, as I fully encourage anyone who gets the opportunity, if you are in an area where there's a wheelchair tennis tournament going on, get down to see it, because especially what the top players can do. The movement is staggering, the pace of the sport now as well. It's so quick, as in, they make it look easy at times, but when you are down at court level, to see how quickly they move around the court and how easy they seem to step into the ball, and then the touch around the net, the delicacies. These guys are really impressive athletes.
Yeah, and if you get the chance to maybe catch a video of a training session, a conditioning session, more than just a ball hitting session, it is quite phenomenal, the work they put in to get into this sort of shape. Some of these matches go well beyond 3 hours, and in the conditions that they've been experiencing here in Rio, sometimes almost the mid 30 degrees centigrade, it can be very, very draining. So
hey guys,
it's Japan against Japan.
6 balls, 1 chance, 7 and 9, and have full line of buyers, and I would call it end. Of course, I have to make all the rules and play mistakes. And do you have any questions? Please, this is heads. That's heads. Heads. Did receive? Receive? Okay. Match. Match.
So KUNIEDA and SAIDA have decided to receive. And come out for Joe Wilmots. Well, having said how expansive the game is, and there are well over 100,000 players around the world, it is at the very highest level, the professional level, still a fairly small group of players who play week in and week out. So they do study each other's games intensely, and that's part of the challenge. Armando Velarde Gonzalez from Venezuela, the man in the Panama hat sitting in the chair today. You'll need that. So, yeah, you know the weaknesses. You know your opponent's been studying your weaknesses and strengths. So it's a fascinating battle of wills and of communicating and converting that knowledge into action on the court. SANADA.
Yeah, they're higher ranked than their opponents. MIKI, who's 9th in the world in doubles, which is his highest ever, and SANADA's 13th. But as I say, it's the fact that they've never won a medal before at the Paralympic Games. They may well be feeling a few more nerves than their opponents. This is their big opportunity to do that. And SAIDA and KUNIEDA, we've already mentioned, haven't played much doubles at all this year, particularly SAIDA. And yet their doubles rankings, because of that, have slipped down. I mean, KUNIEDA's now 16th in the world, SAIDA's now 17th in the world, but they are both former world #1s in doubles. Of course, KUNIEDA's a former world #1 in singles as well. But it's just that experience, having been there, done it before, won a gold in Athens, won a bronze in Beijing. You know, that there's nothing that can compare to that. And so will that stand them in better stead, or will it be the fact that, you know, that MIKI and SANADA have probably had a better 2016 and have played that much more tennis, but do they believe that they can beat, you know, the great KUNIEDA and SAIDA on the doubles court?
That's the big question. Belief, confidence and belief. The men's bronze medal match in the men's doubles is Takashi, MIKI and SANADA from Japan against KUNIEDA and that SAIDA from Japan. So they guaranteed a medal here in Japan, but which of these two combinations is going to be on the podium at the end of the day? MIKI and SANADA is their path through this final. Takuya and MIKI in the first round, then top 3 set against the Dutch pair, Egberink and Shepers. And then they got through the quarter-final, the semi-final of Uda and FIFA. And Legner, the Austrians, Montano, Jeremias, and
Tough match against the French team. They're seeded 6th here at KUNIEDA and SAIDA, so they weren't expected to win that one against Catania and Jeremias. Again, as I say, that their seed possibly a little bit of a falsity because of the lack of tennis that they've played in 2016, which has allowed their world rankings to drop. But I'm sure when the draw came out, probably all the pairs would have been looking for them as the sort of dangerous floaters that you didn't want to come across in the quarter-final. Particularly KUNIEDA. I mean, what a player he has been throughout his career. He had that 3-year, 106-match consecutive win streak in singles through 2007 to 2010, which was ended by Uday. And then again, he went on a 77-match winning streak between January 2014 and December 2015, broken by Gerard. And of course, Gerard was the player that knocked him out of the singles this time around. But he has just lost that air of invincibility about him. Of course, he's suffered injuries this year. Maybe this Paralympic Games coming a fraction too soon for him in terms of, you know, his preparations to get everything right to be here and you know, at the top of his game.
Yeah, you'll notice he's warming up closest to the camera here with a elbow support in his right arm, and that is where he's had the issues. Twice he's had surgery. This year he had surgery on his elbow, but he's had it before as well. And he's not quite had the amount of tennis that perhaps would have liked coming into the Paralympic Games. He's still contesting for a bronze medal here. The gold medal match will involve the Great Britain pair of Reed and Hewitt, and Stefan Ude and Nicolas Bifa from France later on this day.
Of course, we've got Tokyo in 4 years' time, and there's going to be a bit more pressure on all of these four when that comes around. But they've got so many players, haven't they?
They do, and they have so many players at this end of the spectrum, the sharp end. So plenty of competition for places, and that can only be good news. But, the level is on the way up. KUNIEDA, believe it or not, was 20 when he won his first, or when he played in his first Paralympic Games in Athens, and won doubles there. So, and he's just 32. We've got players like Uday into his 40s into the final, so there's scope for many more years. But as we've been saying, the theme this year has been about youth and about the young generation coming in. So pressure on the slightly older players from the youth, and maybe changing the style of the game and the pace of the game. And it's evolving very quickly. And it's 40 years since Brad Parks decided to use wheelchair tennis as rehabilitation and turned it into a global sport. Brad Parks did get to Barcelona in 1992, won a medal with Andy Snow in the doubles.
Yeah, the sport has come such a long way, hasn't it? What we see with the ability of these guys and the physicality too. The difference between this sport and able-bodied tennis is that you're allowed 2 bounces. Players, just like able-bodied tennis, you want to take the ball early and let it bounce twice because you want to get a couple of points. And of course, the earlier you can take it, the more power you have behind the ball. The heat ball, though, not in play today.
Yeah. It's fascinating to see how they sizing one another up here, these combinations. I'm sure they're pretty relaxed. They've been playing at this level for long enough, but it is a Paralympic medal match. So there's just that little bit of extra tension, no doubt. And they don't get the sort of coverage, media coverage, in any other tournament. And so this is talking about the double bounce. That's the only difference, really. And at this level, very, very often we'll see whole rallies go by without the double bounce being used. They are so mobile around the court.
And particularly in men's wheelchair tennis, they tend to set the point up. They serve a little bigger, so it's often who can get the first big strike in, who can get the player pushed back. It's so vital, and we'll see, I'm sure, a lot of aggressive tennis today, and players looking to try and take the ball as early as possible. It should be absolutely fascinating.
Final moments ahead of this bronze medal match. MIKI and SANADA against KUNIEDA and SAIDA. This is SAIDA on the left, Satoshi SAIDA, and Shingo KUNIEDA. Smile from him as they head out. He headed out without picking up his towel. Now he goes back and prepare.
First set, Takuya, MIKI to serve.
So MIKI to serve in the bronze medal match. MIKI and SANADA against KUNIEDA and SAIDA. Just trying to pick up the half volley.
KUNIEDA likes to be a good counter puncher.
start. What a good rally. You get a flavour of what it's about here.
You can already see the tactics developing. You can see the experienced duo of KUNIEDA and SAIDA just saying, look, break us down. I'm going to sit back, see if you can come up with a way to get the ball past us. The courts here in Rio pretty slow.
No, great slice drop shot. Lovely play from MIKI.
Well, I was just about to say, I wonder whether we'll see some drop shots because of the way that SAIDA and KUNIEDA have started well behind the baseline. So, lovely touch from the 27-year-old.
It down, he drops the ball into the net, and it's a couple of break points the way of KUNIEDA and SAIDA. The first game. There's the break. Well, they've certainly been the more aggressive pair, MIKI and SANADA, but really pay off in that game. They've certainly been looking to move to the net a little more often as KUNIEDA and SAIDA break serve in the first game.
Well, KUNIEDA's generally an excellent player on the defense and superb at counter-punching. And so that's why I think MIKI and SANADA know that they have to be very careful when they do come forward. And you can see that whipping it down low. KUNIEDA, once SANADA and MIKI did attack the net, made it very difficult for them. And as I say, these courts are pretty slow in Rio. So they'll have plenty of time on the ball, KUNIEDA and SAIDA, to come up with something special. Good start by the more experienced pair, the two who have a gold and a bronze in their back pocket from previous Paralympic Games already. To add another bronze. It's about the belief for MIKI and SANADA, whether they can beat the great man, Shingo KUNIEDA.
All smiles, isn't he, KUNIEDA at the moment? He's very relaxed.
It's a super play from MIKI.
Really positive.
Got himself in and took the return nice and early. And had all the momentum stretching up high for the backhand volley. Didn't need to do too much with it other than block it in front.
Well, they really like taking the ball on the rise, don't they, MIKI and SANADA?
Full of positivity. Just got to be a little careful of not being over-aggressive as they were in that rally. When it is the right time to come forward. Got some openings.
he had the chance. Set it up well. SAIDA didn't make best of his attempted lob. I know they missed a chance.
Pattern already firmly established. It's all about whether MIKI and SANADA can just find a way to open up the court and create situations where they can hit winners.
Yeah, I mean, SAIDA's are like a brick wall at the back of the court there. And just keep it coming back. Oh, that's a good shot. Depth there.
This is a brutal forehand, lovely played. Up in position, didn't have a lot of momentum into the ball, but really whipped up the back of it. Couldn't have been any more accurate than that. I wonder whether we'll see them use the drop shot again, by the way, because it worked the first time they played it. Try and get KUNIEDA and SAIDA into more uncomfortable positions.
More positive play, wonderful to watch. Second time in this game, attacking the serve and winning on the first volley.
It's MIKI who's the man who's making everything happen right now. Similar sort of point to the first point in the game. And he's enjoying himself. It's important to do that.
Yeah.
You always play better tennis when you are enjoying it, particularly in doubles.
That's the danger. He is so dangerous. KUNIEDA on that backhand, and he stood up to it. Cracking backhand.
He doesn't mind a bit of time on the ball, KUNIEDA, but he is so skillful and talented, as you say. Just can take it early, whipping that one down to the bottom of the tyres.
Oh, he's pushed it wide. It's a bit of a gamble there. Wasn't the best first volley.
I thought he was going to be a little bit exposed there, particularly with the magical hand skills of KUNIEDA, but maybe just rushing multiple gold medalist.
The error comes from SAIDA, and it's a break-back point for MIKI and SANADA.
Well, here's a rarity. Didn't look like he was ever going to miss. Satoshi SAIDA finally pushing the ball long. And it is SANADA and MIKI who get the break back. So one game apiece in this opening set. You have to say on the balance of play, pretty fair.
Yeah.
It is going to be so tactically intriguing.
Trying to attack the serve and overhitting on the forehand, KUNIEDA.
That'll be the other dynamic we possibly might see. SAIDA, it's safe to say, will stay back and be that proverbial brick wall, but KUNIEDA has the ability to step up the court. I feel maybe if it doesn't work for them sitting back, maybe he will try coming forward a little more.
Double fault from SANADA. Took it nice and early. KUNIEDA attacked the serve and is retreating. SANADA.
That is the danger.
Yeah.
If you take that serve so early, you then can be left in a little bit of no man's land, and he had to backtrack quickly, but cleverly played by SANADA. You could see that KUNIEDA was going backwards, and so he aimed it at the chair.
Hit with enough power, and it made it very difficult for KUNIEDA to bring it back.
Really got the momentum into this ball. And nice and out in front, whip through it.
So just a double fault from SANADA, and it's a very well held service game, first service game for SANADA. (2-1). MIKI and SANADA lead KUNIEDA and SAIDA. 2 service breaks, the first 2 games, and now SANADA's held serve. Fourth game, it's the first opportunity for Satoshi SAIDA to serve. They're 1-2 down. Oh, what a great rally. It ends the way of MIKI and SANADA. He's the character on the court, no question about it. What a fantastic rally. If you're not enjoying this, well, it really is brilliant.
So much going on in the rally. I just wonder whether they've had a little conversation, SANADA and MIKI, about how to maybe draw this man forward. They're getting him into the net a few times, and eventually it paid off.
It's going to go out. Bold it was, sneaking across the court. They're prepared to try most things. This pair of SANADA and MIKI.
Yeah, there's no doubt who they're targeting as well. Ball time and time again played towards SAIDA. KUNIEDA almost may as well pick up a newspaper. You can understand it though with all of his achievements.
Direction.
SAIDA's been very solid so far.
In the semi-final, Reed and Hewitt employed the similar tactic. Just out.
A big target. I think it was the right shot to go for.
Don't underestimate the pride in winning this match, going ahead to Tokyo in 4 years' time. Be introduced to your home fans as the bronze medalist from 2016. Legal rivalry here. A good serve into the body, set up the point well for KUNIEDA and SAIDA.
They've just got to be a little bit aware, maybe not overplaying to SAIDA, and they almost seem so desperate to get that ball away from KUNIEDA there. There's the reason why he just pushed it wide. Slice back, and of course it's going to float over the net, but KUNIEDA had a chance. Just missing.
Change up the middle, or looping it out wide to SAIDA, and then running one down the middle to bring the error from KUNIEDA.
They're going down the middle quite a lot, and it's an attempt to cause a bit of confusion. Of course, they're heading mostly to SAIDA, and every now and then they will go down the middle. And if they do that, as well, it means, particularly from that side, KUNIEDA's having to hit a backhand, which isn't as strong as his forehand. Maybe slight hesitation led to the error. Frustrated with that one. Cheap point. Given too many like that away.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't seen too many of those. It's been high quality stuff. SANADA pushes it over the baseline. And it's 2-all.
To get
It's going to be a grueling match, this one. There's just so much going on in it. Players are pretty solid. They're not making too many unforced errors. You can see the tactics developing and almost changing with each game.
Takuya, MIKI to serve. They'll go out. Attritional stuff as SANADA and MIKI work SAIDA over. KUNIEDA for long periods of that rally, a spectator.
What a backhand to finish the point, though, from SANADA. KUNIEDA, no doubt, desperate to try and get involved, but they're doing a good job of keeping the ball away from him.
They're having to work so hard, aren't they? No free points here. There were 6 shots in a row from SAIDA, and eventually the error came from the other side of the net.
Yeah, it's the right play, though, I think, this from MIKI. We've seen him make a couple of smart volleys. And probably should have done better with that one. Wrist almost just wasn't strong enough. You can see the racket just move in his hand. I have to say, if KUNIEDA goes on to win the bronze medal here, he'll feel pretty satisfied. He's, you know, when you don't play 90% of the points.
Yes.
Easiest bronze medal he's probably ever won. Better job there, just exposing SAIDA's backhand. He's missed a couple off that wing. Again, still a little surprised that we're not seeing the drop shot used more from MIKI or SANADA, especially when they come forward. If they get a ball where they can take early, you know, around the service line, why they can't drop shot SAIDA a little more often, because he's so comfortable back behind that baseline. Well, who am I to argue? They've just won the last 2 points by forcing him into the error off the backhand side. So.
Drive volley from just behind the service line. It was a difficult shot to make. And in the net by SANADA. It's 30-all, 2-all, tight match. Wouldn't have expected anything other than that.
SANADA's not quite been as strong when he has come forward as MIKI. Still time to correct that though, early on in this bronze medal match.
Some error from MIKI taking the ball on the rise and just pushing it a little too strong. MIKI lost in the singles to Stefan Ude, the top seed in the quarterfinals. In straight sets. Break point, Canadian SAIDA. Beautifully played by MIKI, and he enjoys it as well. That was a tough point he had to pause a long time between serves, kept his composure.
Opened up the court the first volley, but the second volley was simply wondrous. Look at this, he's played this, above head height, almost behind him as well. Very tough to generate the angle from that position, but was able to do so. Lovely racket head control.
Point as well, break point. It's back to deuce. To attack the serve does KUNIEDA, and it's got a pressure on MIKI here. Crowd a little bit restless at the moment. Oh, well played. Suddenly the court opened up for the angles.
And again, maybe they're listening. Wanting to play that drop shot a little more. Just maneuver both KUNIEDA and SAIDA into different positions on the court, and it did open up the court. And that's a fine forehand up the line to finish the point off.
No, well, he did well to get there, SAIDA.
And not only did he do well to get there, it was the shot he made once he did get there. Excellent depth on the backhand. Put Miki into a very difficult spot.
He's the most relaxed looking player, Miki, at least SAIDA. He knows his role, and he's fulfilling it superbly at the moment. Deuce 2-all, first set, bronze medal match.
This early exchange is so important. It's taken 36 minutes they've been out there already. And still only in the 5th game. Just wonder who comes out on top of these grueling exchanges. Maybe they will then move away from their opponent. Or is it going to continue like this all the way through? If that is the case, it's going to be a late finish.
Oh, he's showing some wonderful touch at the net now, SAIDA. Lovely play. And what a great combined effort there. They covered the court beautifully, and that man set it up well. Particular pleasure for KUNIEDA and SAIDA as they now take a 3-2 lead in the first set of a very intense bronze medal match. Satoshi, SAIDA and Shingo KUNIEDA have a break in this first set at 3-2. But it really is hard earned. Every single point is a grueling affair. And that man's composure cannot be underestimated. Going to be involved in a lot of the rallies because this pair, Miki and SANADA, will work him over. As we saw in the last point of the previous game, he played some telling shots. KUNIEDA to serve at 3-2.
Very interesting exchange, the last point of the previous game, because he started using the drop shot more, Miki and SANADA. But SAIDA showing that not only is he rock solid at the back, he's showed some net skills too.
Too long from Miki.
There is a pattern in terms of both SAIDA and KUNIEDA staying at the back, and it's Miki and SANADA who are looking to create the openings, but there's not really a pattern to their play, as in, you know, they're mixing it up in terms of how they're trying to create that opening.
That's too good. Sensing to apply the quarter split. And SAIDA is coming into this match beautifully, playing some really, really good shots.
They took it so early all the time, taken away from their opponents. And left a little exposed with the gap in the middle.
Nice depth on the forehand, drawing the error from SAIDA.
Yeah, it was relentless quality hitting, both SANADA and MIKI. And a lot of spin, a lot of power. As you say, depth the key there.
Doesn't give much away, does he, SAIDA? Expressionless for much of the match, but playing a great role so far. Well, he went around that backhanded KUNIEDA up the middle of the court and did expose his side of the court. And it was capitalized on by MIKI and SANADA.
Taking the ball early. You have to do if you can create an opening. Can't afford to take it on the second bounce, because by the time you do that, your opponent will have got back into position. So tough to call though this match at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Got to say, I love his celebrations as well, MIKI.
His salute of a winner. It's wonderful. And I think it's instructive to the pattern of the game is to hear the communication going on. There's plenty of talk on the MIKI SANADA side of the court. Virtually nothing coming from KUNIEDA and SAIDA, because 80% of the balls are going to SAIDA anyway.
They know their positions, they know what's coming. Couldn't stop that forehand though. A couple of really good forehands in that game from both MIKI and SANADA. But it has to be so accurate, it has to be that good, you know, it has to be within half a foot of the line if you are going to find a way past SAIDA and KUNIEDA. On that occasion, they break back. First set meandering one way, then the other.
one-dimensional nature of this match. Where is he going to start creeping in? MIKI this time, just over-hitting on the baseline. But what an outrageous forehand he hit very early in that rally, going out wide. And slicing it across, caught the drop shot, but SAIDA was equal to it.
Great defense early on from SAIDA and KUNIEDA. And you say about the communication, they just seem to know their roles. They were being pushed and shoved all over the court early on in that rally, but every time they were able to neutralize the point. Just stretching for it in the end. He was coming in at some pace as well, so difficult to control when you're moving that quickly.
Yeah, rolling in fast towards the net, and it's a difficult shot to make. MIKI putting it in the net and giving KUNIEDA and SAIDA a little bit of a look in here. Had 2 service breaks in a row in the previous 2 games. So here. It's their 3rd double fault, and hands 3 break points to Oopsie. SAIDA was toweling down. He's in no hurry. Two double faults in a row, and it's a break to KUNIEDA and SAIDA, much to the frustration of Takuya MIKI and Takashi SANADA. It's 4-3 to Shingo KUNIEDA and Satoshi SAIDA with a break in the first set of an intense bronze medal match. Yet another twist in this match. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. These 2 combinations chiseling away at one another to find a chink in the armor. And at the moment it's KUNIEDA and SAIDA who found perhaps a little bit of a gap. They've got the break at 4-3. Satoshi SAIDA to serve. New balls as well. Yeah, we've been looking for how and where this match might take a decisive turn, certainly in this first set. And whilst the tactics and the battle plan of of the KUNIEDA-SAIDA combination is very clear. I just feel that maybe MIKI and SANADA are still trying to find their way here.
Well, also you just wonder whether they can't get frustrated. We've seen a couple of cheap points now given away.
Absolutely.
It's getting that balance right between, you know, being aggressive, trying to create openings, but also being patient, not getting frustrated if they don't find a way through. And that's where you think about experience coming in. SAIDA and KUNIEDA also having won medals in the past. A little bit more experience at this level in these types of big matches. I think that they're just maybe a little stronger at just resetting after what's gone before, and you just hope that MIKI and SANADA, who played some really good tennis up until now, are able to do the same and not get too down with they're trailing on the scoreboard.
It's gone out after all that. Here it comes from SAIDA.
Wow. And just when we thought MIKI and SANADA were throwing in a few cheap points, they were rock solid there, repeatedly going back to SAIDA, who did so well for so long in the rally. That was brilliant, the fact that they were able to get this smash back. Great reactions from MIKI. Will feel he probably should have put that one away, though. Maybe could have used the angle more.
This time the error comes from MIKI. It really is just...
It's attritional, isn't it?
Oh, it's like opening a tin can with a pocket knife. All openings.
Well, they've tightened it up, MIKI and SANADA. They made a couple of errors at the back end of the previous game, a couple of errors at the start of this game, and done the right thing, as in just to be a little more patient.
Gone out from MIKI.
Well, they're not quite getting the balance right between attack and defense. They went from being super aggressive, made a few errors, and then they've gone very defensive. But you have to credit, you know, SAIDA and KUNIEDA making so many balls. They look so solid. They're in complete control with what they're doing tactically out there. And this is where, again, SANADA and MIKI psychologically have to tell themselves, okay, our opponents are playing well. I mean, it's very important in tennis to be able to recognize when your opponents are playing well and not to get overly frustrated and say, okay, they're playing well right now. You know, that maybe if they can keep that level up for the whole of the match, maybe they'll deserve the bronze medal. But, you know, they've got to keep asking questions, keep probing them, and maybe not change tactics so drastically.
Pushed over the back from KUNIEDA as Takuya MIKI serving to stay in the set. He and SANADA. MIKI knows he made at least KUNIEDA made a careless error there on the return. Brilliant.
The stop volley, just a little heavy-handed, giving the invitation to KUNIEDA, the quality that he has, making it look easy. Log that one. So few errors we've seen from SAIDA. So they've come on the backhand side. Just trying to get the racket head speed to generate the top spin off that backhand to keep it in.
Power from SANADA, and SAIDA not able to make the backhand volley. SAIDA decided to stay up and off the frame. pressure that KUNIEDA can put on the serve. Really attacking it, forcing SANADA to, at least to MIKI, to go for the line. Isn't going to get there. Brilliant play, covering the court so well, took the responsibility.
Well, it's fascinating the positionings that they're getting in when they're at the back of the court. SAIDA's sitting so far back, but KUNIEDA's just around the baseline, inside the baseline, and what that means is that if this pair of SANADA and MIKI do try the drop shot, he's able to get there quickly. And then what hand skills to finish it off. That was a wondrous little dink across the court. Great play. The former world #1.
Came in, having been on the baseline, ran down that drop shot and finished the point off as well under a bit of pressure. Well played.
SAIDA has been rock solid everywhere on court. When he has come to the net, he's not put a foot wrong. That was a tough volley. Awkward near his body. Did superbly well just to angle the racket. Keep it inside the tram lines.
Got a set point. KUNIEDA and SAIDA. Takuya MIKI serve. Oh, he just loved that. What a rally.
Oh, that was a massive forehand. There's that celebration again. SAIDA coming forward, didn't do too much wrong, I thought. Spinning around quickly and then whipping over the top of the ball. Superb shot.
Such a whip at pace and angle. Just perfect. Saves a break point, set point. SANADA inexplicably overhits His forehand and gives KUNIEDA and SAIDA another set point. And another from SANADA. 2 unforced errors in the last 2 points from SANADA, and it gives KUNIEDA and SAIDA the first set in this bronze medal match. And it's been hard-earned. 66 minutes has taken them to prize this first set off. Takuya, MIKI and Takashi SANADA. 6-3. And Shingo, KUNIEDA and Satoshi SAIDA one step closer to the bronze medal.
It was a long first set. It's gone the way of KUNIEDA and SAIDA. An hour and 6 minutes. Only 9 games played. And they were rock solid from the back. Very few unforced errors. That's the key, really. Just the 12. 28 from MIKI and SANADA. A few too many for them. But you can understand those unforced errors because these two have given them so few openings. First set then 2. KUNIEDA and SAIDA with 6 games to 3.
Bronze medal match in the men's doubles, the wheelchair tennis. And it is Shingo, KUNIEDA and Satoshi SAIDA who've taken a 1-set to love lead over Takuya, MIKI and Takashi SANADA. Shingo, KUNIEDA to serve. That's excellent play.
Definitely MIKI who's made more of the play. He's been a star player on that side of the net. It'll be interesting to see if they change their tactics. I think it's going to be more of the same, isn't it, from SAIDA and KUNIEDA. It's a question of whether MIKI and SANADA can come up with something, being ultra aggressive on the forehand there.
Yeah, that first point, they managed to get in, but there not enough short balls coming from KUNIEDA and SAIDA to afford them the opportunity to get in as regularly as they'd like and finish off the points. So MIKI and SANADA just feel they're sort of battling with exactly how they're going to break down KUNIEDA and SAIDA.
Points like that. SAIDA, the star of the show, really. So many balls have come his way, and it's been exceptional, not only from the back of the court, but whenever he has made the move to the front of the court, he's done too much wrong and really showing his experience.
Too long.
That's the other thing that SAIDA has done, incidentally. He's mostly kept the ball down the middle of the court. Very rarely has he looked to open up the court. He mishit a ball there, which gave MIKI the angle.
Got a couple of break points early in this second set, and what a way to save one of them. The first ace of the match.
He hits the ball with so much topspin. Bit of side spin on the ball there as well. Ended up bouncing and kicking and cutting away from his opponent.
MIKI salutes again. He worked the net well, stretching both SAIDA and KUNIEDA.
That's a really good start, especially when you consider that they lost the last 3 games at the end of the first set. No hangover for MIKI and SANADA. Made a nice positive brand of tennis there. It's just whether or not they can keep it going. As I say, it's all about balance for them, in terms of knowing when to step up the court and when to be aggressive, when to be patient. Maybe ask questions, particularly if they do step up the court. They've just missed maybe a few too many volleys for me when they have come forward, and that's then stopped them from getting forward. So it's meant that they've stayed at the back, and then you feel if they stay at the back, they're playing into the hands of KUNIEDA and SAIDA. You know, you have to say it's been a quality performance so far from the 6th seeds. A bit of work to do for them trailing in the second.
Yeah, he has been an absolute rock, SAIDA. KUNIEDA has been the player that MIKI and SANADA want to avoid. And as a result, SAIDA has been doing much of the work.
I'd say that when KUNIEDA has had to play shots, he's generally made them. Seen glimpses of his absolute world-class ability.
Takashi, SANADA to serve, second game, second set.
Again, it has to be that good to get SAIDA on the stretch. That forehand right into the corner. Such little margin for error. That's why we saw 28 unforced errors from that pair, because it has to be that close to the lines. Until he makes the forehand.
Looking for the little dink cross-court drop volley here, just trying to scoop it up almost and drop it over the net.
I always feel that this is where the match is going to be won and lost, really. And if he can find his touch around the net, Miki, then they've got a good chance of coming through this one, because they're going to get opportunities to get forward. Whether or not they execute when they do.
Brilliant KUNIEDA at the net. We know he's got it, and a perfect example of his brilliance there.
This was a really tough backhand volley as well. It's the ability to move one way and hit the ball the other. Look at that. He's almost got his back to where the ball goes. Of course, has to use just the one arm. Good arm strength and rock solid. Lovely angle.
You almost sense what's happening to Miki and SANADA here. They're watching SAIDA just airball these back. Just pop them back. And there's a frustration that's developing, you feel, in the Miki-SANADA combination. 2 break points.
That's exactly the point in terms of balance. Didn't get the balance right at all there. That wasn't the ball to try and take on the drive volley. The other point as well, it's also trying to have the appreciation of what your opponents are doing. You know, SAIDA's doing a good job of it right now, and rather than get frustrated with it, you need to say, okay, yeah, he's doing a good job. Right, let's see if we can just work the point a different way. But it does almost seem like they're getting a little frustrated with the points lasting so long, so trying to create something out of nothing.
Yeah, we saw a few rallies in the first set that went on for minutes, and they were prepared to rally it out and sit out the situation here in the last 2 points, trying to finish them off early. SAIDA to serve, 1-all. good.
Well, that was the perfect point, I have to say, from these two. They were patient on that occasion and then pulled the trigger at the right moment. Some hand skills there, playing it at above head height. Look at where it landed, about a foot away from the net. Stunning. At the moment, though, KUNIEDA and SAIDA are like a really tough mathematical equation or a Rubik's Cube. It's just trying to find that formula that's going to work. You know what they're going to do, but you know it's just so tough to solve it. You know, we're sat here in the commentary box, and we haven't come up with a formula. I mean, I still don't know. It's as I say, all it is about balance in terms of when to come forward and when to be aggressive, getting that balance right. But you know, they've tried different things. They've tried drop shots. They've tried coming forward early on in the points. They've tried to just hang with them. And, really, on the whole, it's been KUNIEDA and SAIDA have come out of the majority of the rallies.
And just not able to curb the enthusiasm, the aggression there. Overhitting on the second serve. Knew he had a shot at a second serve.
It's also not having pace onto the racket, you know, isn't it? That they're having there's no pace on the ball from SAIDA, and that does lead to over forcing a lot of the time. Because you just feel like, right, you know, I want to be hitting a bigger ball here.
That is outrageous. Absolutely phenomenal. He wasn't the closest player on that side of the net to the ball.
So quick across the court. Just feel that just needed a little bit more backspin on the ball and it would have been enough. You can't even give KUNIEDA half a chance because he'll take it. Fabulous little dink cross court.
Solid as ever. Satoshi, SAIDA and Shingo KUNIEDA, a 2-1 lead with serve in the second set. They've taken the first 6-3 in this bronze medal men's doubles match. Takuya, MIKI and Takashi, SANADA, we feel have it all to do here. They're a set down, although with serve in the second set, it's MIKI to serve. Just a few indications in the last few games that they might be getting their strategy a little wrong. Let's see how they go here. MIKI to serve. That is such a hard shot to play.
Especially at that speed. Really rolling in quickly. And then to also get the drive volley, not just the conventional volley. Very tough to time.
Fantastic point up to there. Suddenly the court was opened up with the angles and both combinations switching and swinging one way and the other.
Success with that shot, in particular. On the angle, taking it early. The other thing you have to remember here is that these players know each other's games so well, so you do wonder with SAIDA, in particular, who's played with both of these players this year. They're slow balling it, and you may well know that that's what they don't like. Those types of balls, and tactically, the experience of KUNIEDA and SAIDA seems to be standing them in better stead. Each other's games so well. There's one area that if they don't lose this match, I might come back and look at just a few too many from that part of the court that have gone into the net. Yeah, and also not really aware what he was trying to do with the volley there. You know, he's in the middle of the court, not too much of an angle to work with. He wasn't that close to the net either. So a lot of their volleys have been around the service line. So if they are to come forward, they have to try and ensure that that next ball is out in front of them. But of course, it's so tough to do because SAIDA's hitting those high balls so often. Look at that. There we go, a missed return. Shortest point of the match almost.
Absolutely, very rare. So point for MIKI and SANADA to level it at 2-all. Another one, just a couple of shots over the back from SANADA. few errors from his racket of late.
Yeah, he's not found his A game today.
Who knows?
It's good though from Miki, of course. You know, if your partner's struggling, you've got to try and keep their spirits high. They had as well. It will be frustrating. 27-year-old.
Brilliance of KUNIEDA there in pitching that wide ball, but in the end it's the unforced error of the back from SAIDA.
Like that tactic though, just catching KUNIEDA by surprise, taking the forehand early. Of course, they've been targeting SAIDA time and time again, and springing the surprise on KUNIEDA. And was able to deal with it. Oh, he's found the court. Oh, right into the corner.
He loves it, and it really is. He's played some fantastic shots. We did say he's missed a few volleys, but these sort of shots certainly make up for it. Brilliant.
Yeah, no pace on the ball whatsoever. To find a way past SAIDA though, it's got to be that good. Forehand, just seeing the elbow come up there, so you can get the top spin over the ball.
2-all. Second set, and they're fighting for survival here. Takuya Miki and Takashi SANADA. KUNIEDA to serve.
And it's SANADA with the error. So he's just lacking in confidence at the moment. His head's beginning to drop. In terms of his body language, it's not good at the moment. I wonder whether you'll see KUNIEDA and SAIDA begin to target him.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's would be a thought for them. Too long. Miki swivels and looks at the chair in disbelief.
It's a powerful forehand that he has. That's what we've said time and time again in commentary. It's got to be that close to the lines if they are to find a way or even get SAIDA or KUNIEDA on the stretch.
of the court from this man. Doesn't say much, neither. And then on that side of the court too, plenty of communication on the other side. Yeah, that's good.
A wonderful combination. Ollie's sometimes let him down today, but it was the forehand that set the point up. Allowed him to get forward, and lovely, delicate hand skills.
Oh, absolutely. Just let the ball hit the racket, cushion it. Crafty. Followed by that.
Frustrating. His forehand is his biggest weapon. He has sometimes missed today. Not necessarily a big serve though, so you can see his annoyance with that missed return.
Down the middle again with that big forehand, MIKI.
They were doing a good job there of just getting SAIDA and KUNIEDA to cross a little more. A little bit more communication had to happen on the other side of the net. It wasn't just simply hitting to SAIDA. They were coming from KUNIEDA, so they'll have a little more success from varying where they're hitting the balls.
Brilliant to really attack that serve.
And so the forehand's been a bit hit and miss today, but this one was right on the money. Rolled into it, whipped across the ball, hit across the line of the ball too, but able to generate enough power to comfortably take it away from KUNIEDA.
Oh yes, they really are trying to impose themselves on KUNIEDA, and SAIDA now in the second set. And Takuya MIKI is the man who's lighting the fire for this pair. They've taken the initiative here in the second set. Beautifully played, deep forehand. And even a round of applause from KUNIEDA there. First shot was scrambled back, and the second just too good. MIKI and Takashi SANADA now. A break up in the second set. They need to win it to stay in this bronze medal match. Buzz around the center court here, because this match is developing very, very intriguingly with Takuya, MIKI and Takashi SANADA now. Break up and serving. SANADA is.
Being ultra aggressive with that forehand is MIKI. Understand why. He was on fire in the last game. Take it as early as possible, getting as much power behind it. Just missed it. Whisker. There's a little look at the line and a little look at the line judge, then the umpire.
Well, just a fascinating contrast in approaches, not just to this sport, but to any sport there, because this man, SAIDA, oh yes.
Well, it is MIKI who's doing the better job of opening up the court and finishing the point off. One could have got awkward around hip height that he had to take it. Wonderfully controlled though.
Yeah, the hitting zone for a good shot at that in that space of the court is very narrow from the chair. Oh, he's pushed it out. Not show much emotion, does he?
No.
That's frustration for him.
We've seen very few errors from him from the back of the court, even less at the front. He has been drawn forward. He's been exceptional. Didn't miss by much, though.
What I was trying to make quickly is that he puts in a far less, appears to put in far less effort in terms of moving around. He just gets it back. The others are working.
Yes.
He's covered twice the distance. Yet there's so little to choose between these two combinations. Double fault, SANADA. You feel if there is a chink in the armor in this combination, it is in this man, Takashi SANADA.
But yeah, I get the point you're saying. It's the economical movement of SAIDA and KUNIEDA. They seem to just put a lot less effort in. SAIDA's a fair bit older than everyone else at 44.
I reckon SAIDA thinks that was out, but nevertheless, it's deuce, ace. That is the difference. And MIKI is keeping them moving forward here with this forehand of his.
Yeah, I like it again. Surprise tactic. They're expecting the ball to go back to SAIDA. That's why, you know, KUNIEDA's just moving towards the middle, catching them by surprise, and he's got enough power in the forehand to do that. It's inside in.
Push it wide.
He's so good at neutralizing the point. SAIDA and KUNIEDA, they were being pushed and shoved all over the court there. Time and time again, they got it back to the middle and they got themselves back in position. This was a chance, though. As I say, this is, I feel, where the match is going to be won or lost. It's going to be on MIKI's racket at the front of the court. It's about 50-50, I would say, in that position. A rare cheap point. I do feel MIKI at the moment is playing some exceptional tennis. Up against it a little now, SAIDA.
First service.
Sounded like a miss hit there from SAIDA, but again, it's this man who's taking control of the net more frequently now.
I love his reaction after every winner as well. You know, he really enjoys it, and it's great to see. Celebrates it like he's scored the goal in the final of the football. And he has certainly pulled his team up into a fantastic position now in this second set. He's been the one who's been able to hit the majority of the winners. SANADA's becoming a little more consistent as well. We saw him make a few errors earlier on in this set, but he's providing the platform for MIKI to be aggressive. So now, as they only switch onto SAIDA and KUNIEDA, do they need to change their tactics? mistimed it a fraction there, and it was actually an adjustment and a bit of an improvisation from SANADA. He initially wanted to play the drop shot. Oh dear.
A brilliant fetch from KUNIEDA on the serve.
He did the hard bit as well there, SANADA. It was a great return. You can see he is lacking in belief. He's moving up the court.
Yes, KUNIEDA now moving forward with conviction.
I wondered whether the tactics would change on their side, and maybe we'll see a bit more of this. Yeah, they're so talented. Timed his roll to perfection, just slowly moving in on the ball and rock solid with the volley.
Interesting choice of shot from SAIDA.
As I said, it's so rare to see these players out of position, which shows just how good they are. You forget because they're just playing so many balls. Just a couple of times now we've seen them not quite be in the right position. It just shows how often they are. Good tennis it is.
Bounce there, going over MIKI, who is putting everything into this effort. It's 4-3 with MIKI and SANADA with a break in the second set, fighting to stay alive on the bronze medal match, having lost the first set 6-3. Fascinating phase of this bronze medal match. Serving with the new balls is Takuya MIKI and Takashi SANADA. They've got their noses in front in the set at 4-3. Need to consolidate that, yeah. Brilliant again from Miki. He is the aggressor here. He's the man who's making the play for this combination. Taking this early and nailing the forehand, not for the first time, wide to the forehand corner of KUNIEDA with good effect. Yeah, it was out. The line call was good, but this man, SANADA, is struggling with his forehand. Really is a problem. And if KUNIEDA and SAIDA are going to continue to play on him, and give themselves a chance at it, pressure mounts on Miki to take control of the point. KUNIEDA attacks the serve. Brilliant. KUNIEDA really exerting himself on the serve of Miki there. He played that return a meter from the service line, which drew the error from Miki as he tried to fire a deep return to the baseline, but overhit it. Tussle going on at the moment for ascendancy here. Into the net, and that's an illustration of the frustration that is clearly boiling up in this man, SANADA. His body language isn't good, and it gives KUNIEDA and SAIDA 2 break-back points to level it forward.
What? You got.
This is a critical phase here. There it is. Well, it's again the KUNIEDA attack on the serve, and Miki buries his head in disappointment. It's back on serve at 4-all. The experience, the skill of Satoshi, SAIDA, and Shingo KUNIEDA pulled them back into the set. They were a breakdown. KUNIEDA to serve, 4-all. Again, SANADA is the guilty party. It really is not going his way at the moment.
the error again there, SANADA, and it's so tough when you aren't playing well in doubles. It's harder than it is in singles, because at least in singles you can just go, well, I'm playing poorly. But in doubles, of course, you're letting your partner down too, and that burden can weigh pretty heavy as well. Particularly with the way that MIKI's been playing of late. He's been playing some excellent tennis, and SANADA will be getting more and more down on himself because he'll not want to let MIKI down here.
Oh yes, raw from MIKI.
Well, they finally got that. Super tennis, great aggression. You have to say quality defense too from SAIDA and KUNIEDA. Just hanging on in the rally for as long as possible. But it was relentless from MIKI and SANADA. It's that man MIKI who again finds the winner.
It's just wonderful to watch. It's going to be determined on the smallest of margins here. You feel SANADA's not playing so well at the moment. He'll perhaps come back given time.
Played a better point there, sir.
Yeah.
Going back again to that SANADA point, is you play your best tennis, particularly in doubles, when you're relaxed and enjoying it. You can see MIKI's enjoyed stuff out there today, but it's his role now almost is to try and get SANADA to enjoy it. And, you can see at the moment SANADA, every time you look at it, his face, there's tension on there. He's feeling a bit of the pressure. He'll try and enjoy this moment. You know, it's the first time he's been in a bronze medal match, the first time he's got to a chance to win a medal. The experience of KUNIEDA and SAIDA at the moment is serving them a little better. Step up to the second set. Again, nicely early take in return. That forehand is firing for MIKI.
40.
SAIDA and KUNIEDA have close on 1,000 doubles matches between them. MIKI and SANADA, not quite as many. Only just for KUNIEDA. Trying to take the initiative in the last point there with that drive forehand. And a little too long. And that error gives Shingo KUNIEDA and Satoshi SAIDA 5-4 lead. They lead by a set. They're one game away from the bronze medal in the men's doubles. Here we are at a critical phase of this bronze medal match. SAIDA has been rock solid. KUNIEDA likewise. And it is SANADA to serve to stay in the match.
Oh, it's such a shame. I mean, he worked the point so well to set up the opportunity. And his volleys just have let him down a little bit today. He's missed a few too many, and he's running out of time. He's got to cut the errors out at the net anyway to remain in this bronze medal match. Oh, wow.
I suppose it's all within the rules regulations, so do anything to get the point at the moment.
The underarm serve's an interesting one because, again, see MIKI missing another volley, but it's an interesting one. In able-bodied tennis, you're supposed, well, they say it's good sportsmanship to tell your opponent before you hit it, but I've never agreed with that. I don't see why it should be seen as not sporting. It's still part of the game, you know. It's whatever way you can find a way to win, and SAIDA's done that. You know, he's sat at the back of the court, he's hitting loopy ball after loopy ball. He may not say it's the best to watch sometimes, but it's effective.
Yep.
And if the underarm serve's effective, why not go to it?
Well, we've had 3 errors from MIKI, ironically, in this game. And all from a similar phase of the court. And it has resulted in KUNIEDA and SAIDA getting 2 bronze medal points here. Was tempting SANADA to have a go at the volley. Still a bronze medal point for this man SAIDA and his partner KUNIEDA. Oh, that's good enough. He finally makes the backhand. at full stretch.
Well, he's missed a few balls at the front of the court in this game in particular. I was getting ready to say, had they lost that point, that's where they've been let down, really. And they've come forward, they haven't been able to find the right shot at the right time, but boy, didn't he find one there, Miki. Gutsy tennis to go for such an audacious shot as well at match point down. They decided to switch mid-rally and open up the forehand of Miki. They wanted to be bold and positive and really take on SAIDA, but again making the error at the front of the court.
So third bronze medal point for KUNIEDA and SAIDA. Oh yes, it's over the back from Miki. And it is Shingo KUNIEDA and his partner Satoshi SAIDA who claim another medal in the men's doubles at wheelchair tennis at the Paralympic Games. And deep disappointment for Takuya Miki and Takashi SANADA. What a battle it was. Attritional, tactical, a contrast in styles and personalities and character. They know each other well. They play with one another very often. But it is the experience of this pair, KUNIEDA and SAIDA. KUNIEDA a 5th medal, SAIDA a 3rd medal at Paralympic Games level. A wonderful, wonderful match.
Well, he's won 3 golds and 1 bronze before this, KUNIEDA, but you could see from the emotion on his face just what this bronze medal means. He's had a really difficult injury-plagued 2016. And able to come away from the Rio Paralympics with a bronze, as is SAIDA, who was rock solid throughout that match, had to hit so many balls. And at the end of the day, they executed their plan to near perfection. It was a super performance from these 2 experienced pros.
Well, didn't see too much by way of emotion or expression from SAIDA, but now a smile from him. And how well did these 2 play, particularly Miki.
Yeah, they offered a lot, certainly.
But it finishes the bronze medal going the way of Shingo KUNIEDA and Satoshi SAIDA, 6-3, 6-4 in 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah, you'd have to feel a little for Miki and SANADA. As in, they tried everything, didn't they? They were varying their tactics a number of times. But it was just so tough to find a way past these 2 whose court coverage was just something else. And then when they did step up the court, more often than not, solid as a rock and able to find winners from the front of the court as well as from the back. And just their experience probably of being in these types of situations, probably one of the main differences today of how they've been able to get past SANADA and MIKI. Smile on the face of KUNIEDA. As I say, it's been a really difficult year for him. Going into this Paralympic Games, of course, having won 2 gold medals back-to-back in the singles. A lot of expectation on his shoulders, but was knocked out in the quarterfinals there, knocked out in the semis of the doubles. But ensures that it's not a completely disappointing Paralympic Games for him, because he's picked up another bronze medal, a second bronze medal. These two got the bronze in Beijing, as well as the gold in Athens in 2004. And you have to say that's just quality stuff from SAIDA. It'll be interesting to see if he's back in 4 years' time. Of course, 44 years of age. So KUNIEDA's 32. I'm sure he'll be back in 4 years' time in Tokyo. We'll be playing in front of home fans. It's a nice little carrot dangled in front of them. But a super performance from both of them. Good to see here as well that MIKI is still able to enjoy the situation. You know, it's a special moment just to reach the semi-finals and then reach the the bronze medal matchup. Isn't it? They've taken a step in the right direction. Of course, he was knocked out in the quarters 4 years ago in London. And he had a good singles competition as well, reaching the quarterfinals as well, did MIKI. I'm sure SANADA, you can see, probably not feeling as comfortable because he struggled a bit more than his partner in that match.
So KUNIEDA and SAIDA add to their medal.